and welcome to Swayam Kannada language learning series. I am Varsha T. Nayak and it is my absolute pleasure to guide you on this exciting and enriching journey of learning Kannada. We have so much to explore together and I am thrilled to be a part of your learning process. In our previous lesson, we laid the foundation for our Kannada learning adventure. We focused on some essential basic terms that are crucial for daily communication. These included greetings, common expressions, and words that help us navigate through simple interactions. Let's take a moment to quickly recap and reinforce what we covered. Words for he and she. Avanu means he, used for someone far away or remote. Ivanu means he but is used for someone nearby or proximate. Then we learnt the words for she. Avalu means she for someone far away or remote. Ivalu also means she but for someone nearby or proximate. Then we learned the words for it. Adu means it, that is for something which is far away or remote. Idu means it, this is for something that is nearby or proximate. Then we learned words for those or these, the plural forms of it. Avu means those, referring to multiple objects or animals far away or remote. Ivu means these, referring to multiple objects or animals nearby or proximate. Then we also learned the words for possession. That is, adding a to pronouns shows possession. For example, Nanu becomes Nanna to mean my. For example, Nanu Varsha becomes Nanna Hesaru Varsha. Then we learned Navu becomes Namma to mean our. Avanu becomes Avana to mean his. Avalu becomes Avala to mean her. Avaru becomes Avara to mean their. To use these words in sentences, let's look at some examples. As I already mentioned, Nanu Varsha becomes Nanna Hesaru Varsha. My name is Varsha. Idu Namma Mane. Idu Namma Mane. This is our house. Adu Ninna Pustaka. Adu Ninna Pustaka. That is your book. Avu Avana Hannugalu. Avu Avana Hannugalu. Those are his fruits. Ivu Ivala Hoogalu. Ivu Ivala Hoogalu. Then we learned the concept of proximity and remoteness in Kannada. Kannada uses different words for based on how close or far something or someone is. Idu and Ivu are for things nearby. Adu and Avu are for things farther away. Similarly, Ivanu and Ivalu are for people nearby, while Avanu and Avalu are for people farther away. I hope now you are ready for another exciting and enriching session, as today we will explore an important grammatical concept in Kannada that will help you form more nuanced sentences in your everyday communication. The forms of Adu and Idu. In today's lesson, we will focus on two important words in Kannada, Adu and Idu, which both translates to that or it, this or it, respectively in English. These words are used to refer to non-human entities, including child, animals and things. Child and animals, though living in Kannada, are under this category. It's important to note that these forms are used when referring to inanimate objects and animals or things, with the exception of Magu, which refers to a child or a baby. Let's take a closer look at these terms and how we use them in sentences. Usage of Adu and Idu. Adu, that or it, used for non-human entities. We use adu to refer to things or animals that are far from the speaker. It can also be used for animals or objects that are not directly in the speaker's vicinity but still need to be identified. For example, adu nai. Adu nai. That is a dog. Here, adu refers to a dog that is not in immediate proximity to the speaker. Adu pennu. Adu pennu. That is a pen. In this example, the speaker is referring to a pen that is somewhere distant or out of reach. Idu, this or it, referred to, used for non-human entities. On the other hand, idu is used when the object or animal is closer to the speaker or within the speaker's vicinity. For example, idu pustaka. Idu pustaka. This is a book. Here, idu is used because the book is close to the speaker, perhaps in their hand or within reach. Idu magu. Idu magu. This is a child. Notice that magu, meaning child, is an exception. Even though magu refers to a living being, we still use idu because it is the form used to describe non-human entities in this specific case. The genitive or possessive forms. Now, let's explore how we can change adu and idu to their genitive or possessive forms. This transformation allows us to say things like its name or its color, showing possession. The genitive form in Kannada is created by adding a to the end of adu and idu. This changes its meaning to its. Adu plus a becomes adara. Adara, which means its. When we add a to adu, it becomes adara, which means its. For example, adu pustaka. Adu pustaka, that is a book, will become adara hesaru kalinali. Adara hesaru kalinali. Its name is kalinali. Here, adara refers to possession, meaning the name belonging to the book. Idu plus a becomes idara. Idara, which means its. Similarly, when we add a to idu, we get idara, meaning its. For example, idu pustaka. Idu pustaka. This is a book. Will become idara hesaru kannada nudi. Idara hesaru kannada nudi. Its name is kannada nudi. Here, idara refers to possession of the name of the book. Here, idara is referring to the book. Book's name is kannada nudi. Here is a sample conversation that will help us understand these forms better.
ಇದು ಯಾವ ದಿನಪತ್ರಿಕೆ?
ಇದು ಪ್ರಜಾವಾಣಿ.
ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು?
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ವಿನಯ.
ಅವನು ಯಾರು?
ಅವನು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ. ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ರಾಘವ.
ಇವನು ಯಾರು?
ಇವನು ನನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ. ಇವನ ಹೆಸರು ನವೀನ. ಅವಳು ಯಾರು ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಅವಳು ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು. ಅವಳ ಹೆಸರು ಪ್ರಿಯಾ.
ಇವಳು ಯಾರು?
ಇವಳು ಅವಳ ಮಗಳು. ಅವಳ ಹೆಸರು ಗಾನ.
ಅದು ಯಾರ ನಾಯಿ?
ಅದು ಪಕ್ಕದ ಮನೆಯ ನಾಯಿ. ಅದರ ಹೆಸರು ಚಿಂಟು. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ನಾಯಿ. ಇದರ ಹೆಸರು ಶೇರ.
I hope you have understood pronouns and their genitive forms. These forms are essential because they help us describe relationships, which is what we'll explore next. We'll learn how to address family members and relatives in Kannada. Kinship terms are essential for understanding family relationships in Kannada. These terms reflect respect, affection, and cultural importance of familial bonds. Here's a comprehensive table of kinship terms in Kannada, their English equivalents, meanings, and how to address them. This table captures a broad range of relationships. Let's look at these terms in detail, one by one. Immediate family terms. Let's start with the immediate family. Let's explore these terms in detail. Mother, Tayi, Tayi. Tayi in Kannada means mother in English. Just like mom or mummy in English, we commonly address our mother as Amma. The term Tayi refers to the relationship, whereas Amma is used to call or address a mother. For example, Nanna Tayi Veena. Nanna Tayi Veena means my mother is Veena. This term is used to express the deep bond of care and nurture provided by a mother. Father, Tande, Tande. Tande in Kannada translates to father in English. Similar to dad or daddy in English, we address our father as Appa. Appa. Tande refers to the relationship, while Appa is the common way to call a father. For example, Nanna Tande Raju. Nanna Tande Raju means my father is Raju. A father is regarded as the head of the family and a guiding figure. Elder sister, Akka. Akka. Akka in Kannada means elder sister in English. The term Akka is both the name of the relationship and the way to address an elder sister in Kannada. For example, Nanna Akka Yashaswini. Nanna Akka Yashaswini means my elder sister is Yashaswini. Elder sisters are often seen as second mothers and are addressed with respect and affection. Younger sister, Tangi. Tangi. Tangi in Kannada means younger sister in English. This term is used to identify the relationship, and Tangi is also used to address an younger sister. For example, Nanna Tangi Sahana. Nanna Tangi Sahana means my younger sister is Sahana. Younger sisters are generally associated with affection, care, and a sense of responsibility from elder siblings. Younger brother, Tamma. Tamma. Tamma in Kannada means younger brother in English. Like Tangi, the term Tamma is both the relationship name and the way to address an younger brother. For example, Nanna Tamma Varun. Nanna Tamma Varun means my younger brother is Varun. Younger brothers are often addressed with warmth and a familiarity in Kannada families. In-laws, Sambandhikaru, mother-in-law. Atte. Atte. Atte in Kannada means mother-in-law in English. This term is used to identify the relationship with your spouse's mother. It's also used to address her directly. For example, Nanna Atte Lata. Nanna Atte Lata means my mother-in-law is Lata. In Kannada culture, mother-in-law play a significant role in extended family. Father-in-law, Mava. Mava. Mava in Kannada refers to father-in-law in English. This term signifies the relationship with your spouse's father. For example, Nanna Mava Annappa. Nanna Mava Annappa means my father-in-law is Annappa. A father-in-law is often treated with respect as the elder male figure in the family. Husband's younger brother. Husband's younger brother. Maiduna. Maiduna. Maiduna in Kannada refers to husband's younger brother. This term identifies the relationship but is rarely used as a direct address. For example, Nanna Maiduna Annaji. Nanna Maiduna Annaji means my husband's younger brother is Annaji. In family gatherings, this relationship is marked by affection and camaraderie. Sister-in-law, husband's younger sister. Nadini. Nadini. Nadini in Kannada refers to your husband's younger sister. The term signifies this specific relationship. For example, Nanna Nadini Ranjana. Nanna Nadini Ranjana means my husband's younger sister is Ranjana. In Kannada families, the bond with the husband's younger sister is friendly and warm. Sister-in-law, sister-in-law, brother's wife. Attige, attige. Attige in Kannada refers to your brother's wife. This term is used to identify the relationship and is also used as a respectful way to address her. For example, Nanna attige Pooja. Nanna attige Pooja means my brother's wife is Pooja. Brother-in-law, sister's husband. Bava, Bava. Bava in Kannada means your sister's husband. This term is used to describe the relationship with your sister's spouse. For example, Nanna Bava Nitin. Nanna Bava Nitin means my sister's husband is Nitin. Other relatives. Son-in-law. Aliya, Aliya. Aliya in Kannada means son-in-law in English. For example, Nanna Aliya Vinay. Nanna Aliya Vinay means my son-in-law is Vinay. Daughter-in-law. Sose. Sose. Sose in Kannada refers to daughter-in-law in English. This term is used to describe the relationship with your son's wife. For example, Nanna Sose Divya. Nanna Sose Divya means my daughter-in-law is Divya. Cultural significance of kinship terms. In Kannada culture, kinship terms go beyond simple labels. They express respect and affection. Elders are always addressed respectfully. Younger relatives are addressed with warmth and familiarity. Using the correct term strengthens relationships and reflects the importance of family. Now, let's take a look at the sample conversation to understand the kinship terms better.
ಅಕ್ಕ ಅದು ರಾಮಾಯಣನಾ? ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ರಾಮಾಯಣ?
ಹೌದು, ಅದು ರಾಮಾಯಣ. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಮಾಯಣ.
ಅದು ರಾಮನ ಕತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಮ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ನಾಟ್?
ಹೌದು, ಅದು ರಾಮನ ಕತೆ. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಮ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ.
ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಯಾರ ಮಗ? ಹೂಸ್ ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ?
ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ದಶರಥನ ಮಗ. ದಶರಥ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯೆಯ ರಾಜ. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಇಸ್ ದಶರಥ ಸನ್. ದಶರಥ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ.
ರಾಮನ ತಾಯಿಯ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಮಸ್ ಮದರ್ಸ್ ನೇಮ್?
ಅವನ ತಾಯಿಯ ಹೆಸರು ಕೌಸಲ್ಯೆ. ಹಿಸ್ ಮದರ್ಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೌಸಲ್ಯೆ.
ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಯಾರು? ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ?
ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ತಮ್ಮ. ಅವನು ಸುಮಿತ್ರೆಯ ಮಗ. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಇಸ್ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಸ್ ಯಂಗರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್. ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಸುಮಿತ್ರೆಸ್ ಸನ್.
ಭರತ ಕೌಸಲ್ಯೆಯ ಮಗನೋ ಸುಮಿತ್ರೆಯ ಮಗನೋ? ಈಸ್ ಭರತ ಕೌಸಲ್ಯ ಸನ್ ಆರ್ ಸುಮಿತ್ರಾ ಸನ್?
ಭರತ ಕೌಸಲ್ಯೆಯ ಮಗನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮಿತ್ರೆಯ ಮಗನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅವನು ಕೈಕೇಯಿಯ ಮಗ. ಭರತ ಇಸ್ ನೀದರ್ ಕೌಸಲ್ಯ ಸನ್ ನಾರ್ ಸುಮಿತ್ರಾ ಸನ್. ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಕೈಕೇಯಿ ಸನ್.
ರಾಮನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಯಾರು? ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ರಾಮಸ್ ವೈಫ್?
ರಾಮನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಸೀತೆ. ರಾಮಸ್ ವೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೀತಾ.
ಸೀತೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಲವಕುಶ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಲವಕುಶ ಆರ್ ಸೀತಾಸ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ನಾಟ್?
ಹೌದು, ಅವರು ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ದಶರಥನ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಎಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಸ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಶರಥಾಸ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್.
I hope this conversation helped learn about kinship terms and family structure in Kannada. Now let's do a quick recap of everything we learned today. Summary of the key points. Adu is used for referring to things or animals that are far away. That is that. For example, Adu nai. That is a dog. Idu is used for referring to things or animals that are close. That is this. For example, Idu pustaka. This is a book. To express possession, Adu and Idu change into Adara and Idara respectively. Example with Adu. Adara hesaru Kalinali. Its name is Kalinali. Example with Idu. Idara hesaru Kannada nudi. Its name is Kannada nudi. Then we learn the kinship terms in Kannada. Mother is called Thai in Kannada and we address her as Amma, similar to mom in English. A father is called Tande in Kannada and we address him as Appa, similar to daddy in English. Elder sister is called Hiriya Sahodari. Hiriya Sahodari in Kannada and we address her as Akka, similar to sister in English. Younger sister. Kiriya Sahodari. Kiriya Sahodari in Kannada and we address her as Tangi, similar to sister in English. Younger brother. Kiriya Sahodara. Kiriya Sahodara in Kannada and we address him as Tamma, similar to brother in English. Elder brother. Hiriya Sahodara. Hiriya Sahodara in Kannada and we address him as Anna, similar to brother in English. Grandmother is called Ajji. Ajji in Kannada and we address her as Ajji, similar to grandma in English. Grandfather. Grandfather is called Tata. Tata or Ajja. Ajja in Kannada and we address him as Tata or Ajja, similar to grandpa in English. Please note that both paternal grandparents and maternal grandparents are denoted with the same term, that is Ajja or Tata for grandfather and Ajji for grandmother. Please note that Sahodari is the word equivalent to sister in English and the word Sahodari will not reveal whether the sister is younger or elder. Similar to Sahodari, Sahodara is the word for brother in English. Again, Sahodara doesn't explain whether the brother is younger or elder. That's why in Kannada we have different terms for elder sister, Akka, younger sister, Tangi, younger brother, Tamma, elder brother, Anna. Mother-in-law is called Atte in Kannada and we address her as Atte, similar to mom-in-law in English. Father-in-law is called Mava in Kannada and we address him as Mava, similar to dad-in-law in English. Son-in-law is called Aliya in Kannada and we address him as Aliya, similar to son-in-law in English. Daughter-in-law is called Sose in Kannada and we address her as Sose, similar to daughter-in-law in English. A brother's wife is called Attige in Kannada and we address her as Attige. Sister's husband is called Bava in Kannada and we address him as Bava. Husband's younger sister is called Nadini and we call her as Nadini. Maternal uncle is called Mava in Kannada and in English we call them as uncle. Maternal aunt is called as Atte in Kannada and we call them as aunt in English. Elder paternal uncle is called Dodappa. Dodappa in Kannada and in English we call them as uncle. Younger paternal uncle is called Chikkappa. Chikkappa in Kannada, and we call them as uncle in English. Elder paternal aunt is called Dodamma. Dodamma in Kannada, and we call them as aunt in English. Younger paternal aunt is called Chikkamma. Chikkamma, and we call them as aunt in English. Please note that in Kannada we have separate terms for each relationship, and that's what makes Kannada really interesting. Now, here is a list of vocabulary we learned today. Dinapatrike. Dinapatrike, daily newspaper. Hesaru. Hesaru, name. Snehita. Snehita, common term for friend. Maga. Maga, son. Magalu. Magalu, daughter. Nai. Nai, dog. Mane. Mane, house. Adu. Adu, that or it. Idu. Idu, this or it. Adara. Adara, it's. Idara. Idara is also its. Anna. Anna, elder brother. Tamma. Tamma, younger brother. Tai. Tai, mother. Makkalu. Makkalu, children. Mommakkalu. Mommakkalu, grandchildren. Hendati. Hendati, wife. Atte. Atte, mother-in-law. Mava. Mava, father-in-law. Maiduna. Maiduna, husband's younger brother. Sose. Sose, daughter-in-law. Nadini. Nadini, sister-in-law, husband's younger sister. Tangi. Tangi, younger sister. Tamma. Tamma, younger brother. Akka. Akka, elder sister. Tande. Tande, father. Attige. Attige, sister-in-law, brother's wife. Bava. Bava, brother-in-law, sister's husband. Aliya. Aliya, son-in-law. Thank you for joining me in this video. See you in the next class. Until then, keep practicing. Namaskara.